Dude, you said 40 to 50 times the damage?
Approximately.
That's outrageous. Instead of like an overhead swing, that's like over and around and around. Like, boom. That's a wind-up swing. This thing is mean. How long have you wanted to put a quack on this robot?
It seems like a quack was needed since day one.
Did you have to search and do auditions for the duck and then just go, action? All right, we're here with Season 6 of BattleBots and Team Blacksmith. How's it going, y'all?
Doing good. Great to be here.
It's amazing. We're so happy to have you guys on. This Blacksmith looks a lot different than the HEXBUG toy we know. What can you tell us about this new Blacksmith?
Yeah, this is actually 2 revs past the toy version. The most noticeable difference is going to be the addition of the power hammer weapon. No longer just a standard hammer. Has a spinner weapon. Approximately 40, 50 times the damage potential of the previous hammer, but we retain the fire, so it's still Blacksmith.
Dude, you said 40 to 50 times the damage?
Approximately.
That's outrageous. Instead of like an overhead swing, that's like over and around and around. Like, boom. That's a wind-up swing.
That's the magic of kinetic energy.
Woo! This thing is mean. How did you guys come to this conclusion of how you were going to change Blacksmith?
We knew we had to up the damage, and with the new scoring system, we were just running into situations where Blacksmith was incredibly rugged. We could go 3 minutes. We were having trouble finishing, having trouble doing visible damage, and having trouble winning decisions.
Of course.
So this was the natural evolution of Blacksmith to add the kinetic energy to the hammer.
So we've noticed a lot of social media of the other BattleBots teams around have been playing that they're in Vegas. So what do they give? They make poker chips. So we're like, you know what, this is a good idea. It's like, well, how about we make it a little more interesting? Make our own poker chip that's only for teams that have their own toy. What do you think?
Wow.
No one else in this building besides toy owners has this.
Wow, that's great. Thanks a lot, appreciate that.
Absolutely. So you're a very exclusive club. You can walk around. We've been given permission. You can walk around to any of these BattleBots teams and just hold it right in front of them. Just hold it right in front of their face and say, "This is mine."
This works out because we didn't get around to making Blacksmith poker chips, but this is better.
Hey, you can just display that one.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We're here in Season 6 with Hal Rucker from Team Duck. Hal, how are you?
I'm doing great.
You have showed up this season with a duck that no one's ever seen before. What can you tell me about what's new for Duck this season?
Well, Duck is completely new. The only thing that's the same is the wheels. So we've got a completely brushless motor system.
Yeah.
And the most important change is that Duck quacks. He literally quacks.
It is important. You've changed the way the lifter works. Instead of being arms, it's now just all from the bill.
That's right.
Can you explain to me, like, your thought process behind this change?
One thing is that Duck is completely invertible. If we get flipped upside down, he works exactly the same.
Whoa.
So we wanted to do that with the lifter mechanism. So when the bill opens and closes, it works the exact same way when we're flipped upside down. A lot of lifters, they have to have a self-righting mechanism in order to work again.
Right.
We wanted it to be very compact. So we don't have a big gear up here that lifts people.
Sure.
And we wanted it to be duck-like. So we made it a bill that opens and closes to lift people.
It's interesting that you say it's completely invertible. So kind of how it is right now, it looks like gravity is just kind of making this lifter stay towards the ground this way. The bill is like pointing downwards. If we flipped it this way, it would still point downwards.
Right.
That's fantastic.
It's a little bit more complicated because
right.
There's a spring that makes the upper and lower bill want to stay shut.
Okay.
But then it's gravity that makes the assembly go up and down.
Oh my gosh.
And when it's flipped over, gravity just works in the opposite way.
That's so cool. How long does it take you to come up with like new designs like this? Like this is very like innovative.
Right. Well, I've always used the cliche, it's easy to make something complicated and difficult to make something simple. So we had lots of ideas that were just too delicate or too difficult to manufacture or too difficult to maintain. It took us a while to get to this one that was robust and simple enough that it would work within a BattleBot.
it seems like it's done very well, and Duck has a reputation for being indestructible.
Right.
And I mean, while the outside might look a little rough from fights you've had, the inside is so, like, it's pristine.
Thank you.
Everything is, like you said, compact, and nothing looks damaged at all.
Right. Which has pros and cons because the judges never see the inside of the robot. They judge destruction by the outside of the robot, and there's a lot of that right now.
That is a con. So, about the quack. How long have you wanted to put a quack on this robot?
It seems like a quack was needed since day one. It wasn't as easy as we thought it would be.
Of course.
But we got it to work. There isn't a lot of space. All the electronics for the quacking are in this box.
Oh my goodness.
And here are the speakers where the quack comes out. It's linked to the same transmitter that opens and closes the beak.
Sure.
So as it opens and closes, it quacks.
Quack.
There's 10 different quacks that are randomly played, so it doesn't repeat. And we've got some angry quacks and some friendly quacks.
I had no idea about the different quacks. Did you have to search and do auditions for the Duck, and then just go action, and then just take what you get? Like so you found 10 different ducks, clearly.
No, actually, I learned how to use a duck call.
Cool.
So all the quacks are recordings of me using a duck call.
So your spirit is inside of Duck.
Yes, it is my voice coming out as quacks.
That's beautiful. Hal, I have something for you. So we designed our very own poker chip, a HEXBUG poker chip.
There you go.
That we're only giving to teams that have a HEXBUG toy.
Wow.
So, in the absence of your chips, you now have one that gives you the right to walk up to anyone and say, look at this that you don't have.
Wow.
And they can't say anything.
Bragging rights.
That's right.
So could I go to Caesar's Palace and use this?
I mean, it counts as a lot of money. I couldn't tell you how much, but
So I go to
so
the blackjack
much.
table and I say, I'd like to bet a lot of money.
And they go, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have made a toy of such an incredible robot that you obviously poured your heart and soul and voice into. So, Hal, it has been an honor. Thank you so much for talking with me. Everyone, this has been Hal Rucker with Team Duck. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You are awesome.